Well, good morning. Welcome back to the My Pro Golfer channel. Today we're going to take you through the process of understanding a little bit more about your putter and how you have to have these three specific things figured out before you'll ever putt well out here on the putting green. Hey, thanks for watching today's episode. Here at My Pro Golfer, you know we like to keep things simple. And today, I've got a special gift for you to help you never miss a 5-foot putt again. Click the link below and download today. All right, so I've got two putters here, and you can see that one is a blade and one is a mallet. So we take these off. And the reason why this is so important is that you need to understand how you putt. And so if you putt, I'll show you these. Both of these putters have two different toe hangs. See how this one is flat? This is a straight back and straight through design. So depending on how you set up, you're gonna wanna have those angles differently. And then if you notice how this hangs, this is for an arcing putter. So if you come back here with me and we get yourself into the framework of the film, when you're here, your body's gonna be more over and on top. If you kind of get into this position, then you're gonna be more of a straight back, straight through person because you're more like a 90-degree angle. And from this putter, if you're gonna be a little bit taller and a little bit higher up, because this is gonna have a natural arc to it. So if you're a taller putter and your hands are more further away from your body, then you're probably gonna be swinging more on an arc. So you're gonna want a putter with some toe hang that releases naturally. And if you're a putter that person gets literally low in your putting stance and kind of over top of kind of old Jack Nicklaus kind of putting stance, then you're going to be more of a straight back, straight through putter. So that is the first thing you need to understand about which putter to select based on how you set up and feel most comfortable on the putting green. All right, so the next piece of information you need to know to be able to be a great putter is where actually on the putter do I need to strike the golf ball? And so most companies, you can see these putters, let's do it like this, have alignment spots, as you can see right there. They have alignment spots on there for you to line up with. Now, this alignment spot's right down the center, and here's how you can test your putter to see if the alignment spots are accurate. So this has got a lot of toe hang, so if you hit off the toe, it's gonna deaden it. And if you do this, you'll see how it moves. And then the ball stops right there. That's where it hits. And then I go past it, it starts to wobble again. Can you all see that? As you come back down, that's where the ball stops moving the putter. So if I look at it from the top side, for those of you at home, you'll see it's not actually on that line. It's much more inside of it. So when I actually perfectly put it down, when I see it, I gotta make sure that the ball is slightly inside that guideline for this putter to be struck correctly and solidly. So let's test the other putter, shall we? Put this one down, same idea, just let it hang. You can see how the toe hangs quite a bit different. That's a lot of miss. We're gonna go all the way down the putter. Okay, there's a lot of wobble there. Right there, and that one, wow, right on the line. So Scotty Cameron's got it going on. That's where that ball was struck. Directly on those two white lines and right in the middle of the black line. So this one could be played straight on top of the putter, straight back, straight through, no problem. All right, so we've now determined two of the major factors of the three factors in today's lesson that we need to have before we select a putter. We know where the ball needs to rest on the putter visually to hit it solid, and we know how our setup needs to be to pick the putter that we want. And now we've got to decide. So we've got to find that last determining factor. And I honestly do a couple of clinics out here called the art of putting. And what that means is, like, what do you feel like painting with today? So like, as far as this would be a brush and this would be a brush. And in function, you're just brushing slightly above the turf to get the ball to roll end over end and selecting a putter. It's very similar to selecting the paintbrush for the stroke that you're trying to make. It's so similar that we've created a whole clinic series around here around it. Picking putters is a really big deal. Scotty Scheffler picked a new putter in the last few months and has won 7 times on tour and is your FedEx Cup champion. He's gotten just a little bit better percentage-wise at putting by selecting a mallet putter over a blade putter. Now, why did they do that? Well, they built a mallet style putter that felt similar to his blade putter based on some of the characteristics that he wants. So the actual putter itself has to match up what you're doing and how you like the feel of it. So now we've got to figure out the moment of truth. Which putter are we going to decide to go with today? Today, I know we're going to go play as a student appreciation stream song. I'm taking 12 people to Stream Song Black today, one of my favorite courses in all the world. Part of our MPG travel partnerships that we do. So we'll take customers and clients and global members to play there on a fairly regular basis. It's a great venue if you haven't been. So now, what are those greens like? They're pretty grainy and they're huge, bigger than this putting green. So I need to make sure I can lag really well. Well, the lag putter is more of a feel putter. I'm trying to get the ball close to the hole. I don't need to worry as much about aim. And we know that this one's really good at aim because it's designed to be that way. So because the lines line up so perfectly, it should be really easy for me to aim this putter and hit those 5-10 footers and make them more often than not. Whereas the blade is more feel oriented. It's got more toe hang and swing. So I could potentially pull or push this one a lot more regularly if my stroke is good. So we're gonna test them out. We're gonna feel them. I'm gonna get this mallet putter here on my hip will be the blade. I'm gonna get myself in my setup. Make sure you can see it here. I'm gonna put that putter right on the target line, my eyes over it, and I'm gonna bend over just a little bit more and get myself on top of it to kind of match the stroke. And all we're trying to do here is feel which putter feels better in my hand and which one do I feel like I can be most successful with today. That's really the key. So now a little taller, getting a little bit more away from it, making sure that that putter sets in the heel, that ball sets in the heel of the putter just a little bit, and I'm gonna stroke it. And both putts basically had the same result, but in function, I feel better with this. It's really cool that I just see the little watermark and the grass marks just slightly in the heel. And then this one is actually slightly to the toe. And that could be a determining factor for you in selecting your putter. But from a fundamental standpoint, from a thought process and knowing where I'm playing today and knowing that I've struggled with putting a little bit this past couple weeks, I'm gonna go today with the blade because it just feels a little bit better in my hand and to see if I can putt a little bit better. If I was putting great with this, it would stay in the bag. But because I'm not, I'm gonna give this blade putter from my college days another try. All right, so we have determined what putter I'm gonna use today, and now we're just gonna give you a little bit of a little bit of a guide on to just kind of get your head around it. And so the biggest thing for me today was just how different the posture needs to be to swing the putter correctly. So I wanna really stand up tall, feel the arms out in front of us, and stroke with the shoulders. And now that I know the posture and the stroke, let's just do a little test. I put both of my alignment rods here with just about a cup width away from the away from the hole. And I'm building this setup so that I put the ball right there, just on the slight inside of the line. So make sure that when I put the putter down, I know I'm trying to strike on the heel, and that's essential. And just trying to build my stance, knowing what the alignment to the hole is in order to confirm that I'm gonna be in a right position to stroke this putter the way I want to. So notice how that was a quick pull. That's a big issue with the toe hang putter. So I gotta build my stance a little bit better, get my body in here, and then also make sure that this putt is dead straight. So I noticed that I pulled a little bit. I gotta get my alignment just a little bit better, put that ball a little bit more in the middle of my stance versus forward like that, and then I'll stroke the little bit more in to out. And now I know, based on my visuals and my target line, how I'm gonna set up and stroke it correctly to make sure I'm hitting those 5-foot putts straight each and every time. Hey, just want to remind you to not forget on getting your free gift below on how to never miss a 5-foot putt. So I hope you enjoyed this episode on how to play golf. If you're following the channel, these are the kind of things that you need to keep in your mindset and how to prepare yourself to play golf. Use them in sequence so that you can see how to swing each club, how to select the right putter, And just to recap what we did today, we're trying to finalize and confirm what kind of putter you should be putting with. And so remember, the biggest keys are posture, where, and understanding where the ball strikes on the putter is a big deal. And then what do you like when you're putting around on the putting green? What does it look like? What does it feel like to you? Do you feel like you're gonna have some confidence? Because most of what putting is to be a good putter, you got to think of yourself as a good putter. And so I'm going to walk around today and say to myself, hey, I'm going to make some putts today. I've got the right putter for me. I feel good about it, and I'm ready to participate in making more putts. I've done all the prep work to do it. So I want you to thank you so much for liking the channel. If you like this video, like it. If you like it, subscribe. We'll see you next Thursday at 6 a.m.